Alright, it is the first day after the big move, and the top priority today is getting the editing desk set up so that I can finish up the last few things on the previous video and then make a start on this one. Plus I need to finish up some stuff for next month's Patreon bases. So this is the top priority today, but I know this isn't the most exciting thing, so we'll also take a moment today to discuss everything else that's going to be happening over the next few videos. Because there is plenty to do. Everything behind the camera at the moment is piles of boxes and half put together shelves, so let's get the editing desk set up so that we can have a bit of a discussion about everything else. Alright, let's do it. Needs a bit of a clean. Right, it's been a day and a bit since we got the editing desk and the computer all set up. The previous video has come out at this point and the Patreon bases for next month are well underway. So, for at least a moment, I can turn some attention to the rest of the room and start taking a look at what this is going to look like here in the very near future. And in the day or so that I've been finishing up that video and working on the bases, a few of our other things have arrived for the rest of the room, so we can have a proper chat and discussion about what all is going to be happening here. As we can see, this is currently big piles of boxes, but this back wall is going to be where majority of the set, the studio, the workshop, whatever you want to call it, is going to be located. Going to have a big line of everything running down the back here, and then maybe some stuff on the wall behind me over here as well. This back corner is going to look vaguely similar to what we previously had at the old space. In the very corner here I want to put that same corner shelf that the printers used to be on, except it will be more for storing some of our larger projects and miniatures and maybe some terrain that I want to show off in videos. And then shifting to the side will be the new desk, which is what's in the big box here, in case we couldn't tell. This is significantly larger than the old desk. The old one was 100 by 40, this is 120 by 60. So the hobby station will actually fit a bit nicer on here, and I'll probably actually have to print another little section to go on the end so that we can fill out the whole desk. Otherwise it might look a bit weird. And then on the other side of the desk, somewhere around here, we'll have another shelf, which is over there in the corner. And all of that minus the corner shelf, I've tried to get a somewhat similar aesthetic for all those pieces. So the desk should be a nice dark brown fake wood top with black legs and like black trim. Similarly, that shelf will be all black metal with dark wooden shelves. The only thing that won't match that will be the corner shelf, because that just has these MDF shelves. But I'm thinking some of this vinyl adhesive do a pretty good job at helping that blend in a little bit better. Then maybe we can disguise the sort of garage shelf aesthetic of those with some nice little black panels to go over the various holes in that shelf. Might help it blend in with the other stuff a bit better. And that small section is about the same amount of room that we probably had total back at the other place. And we haven't even talked about printers yet or bigger storage for other stuff. So let's take a look down the other end of the room and talk about that. Okay, so down this end of the room, on the other side of the desk and the other shelf that'll be probably ending here somewhere, big shelves, and these will house our printers. This is just another big garage shelf, which should hopefully house the printers quite nicely. I do think it would be quite cool to maybe enclose the top half of this where the printers are actually going to sit, just by bolting some acrylic panels onto the garage shelf itself and making a bit of a seal in there. And then I picked up just a very small, simple extraction unit, which I can attach under that and then vent out the window, which is right next to where the printers are going to be. And even though I'm only really going to be printing with PLA or PETG, I think I just want that peace of mind. Back when we were just doing miniatures and the occasional terrain build, the printers were really only running 2 or 3 days every couple of weeks, but I'm definitely thinking that they're going to be running a lot more frequently now. Definitely going to want the U1 actively printing terrain most of the time that I'm in here. So I think just having that extraction for peace of mind will be nice. And that way, if I ever did want to print with some ABS or maybe set up the resin printer in there for a day or two, the option is there. Not that I ever think that that will be necessary, but, you know, future-proofing it a little bit in that regard. And then I just have an MDF board, which I'm going to actually put on the shelf with the printers on it, and might use a bit more of that wood look vinyl adhesive on that, just to try and blend that in with the rest of the room a bit and make it look a bit nicer, I reckon. So that is the back wall. So we'll have shelf, desk, shelf, printers, and I reckon that's going to be pretty good. That does give us, look at this, we have room for an actual light now. How about that? We do still have this wall. I'm thinking we'll have a couple of shelves down the bottom, and then I might actually custom build some big tall ones that'll come up to like wherever, to almost act more like storage racks for all of the terrain I'm going to be printing, because I think that'd be kind of cool to just have the terrain laid out with like small preset pieces that I can kind of click together when we're playing D&D, and otherwise just have a place to store it that isn't in a bunch of boxes on the ground. And if we put kind of a low shelf here, we can maybe put some cool art up, and that way if I'm doing videos that aren't about painting miniatures, I can use this shelf and kind of this as a backdrop. And then when we're doing miniatures, I can swing the camera around and we can be looking at the desk with the shelves next to it. And then when we're printing, we can swing down to the other end to film the printers. And that way none of that is really interfering at all with the editing desk that's over here. And it's all on the edges of the room, so that if I need to set a larger table up to, for example, put the vinyl on these, that'll be totally doable in the center of the room, and I'll still be able to set a camera up and film it if I want to, which is awesome. So yeah, most of the stuff is now here, which means that tonight and tomorrow I can make a start on setting up kind of the skeleton of the room, start getting the shelves and the desk and things set up, even if I don't immediately get around to putting everything on it. Because I would like to get the printers up and running soon, because some of what we'll be putting together will require some 3D printed parts, I think. Yes, so that is the plan. We have most of everything that we need to at least make a start on it. It's going to be a busy few weeks. Still have to get some things ordered for the enclosure and figure out what I'm doing with the terrain shelves, because I'll have to get some stuff to build those. But it's exciting. Again, we've got room to set up a light. The camera's all the way on the other side of the room. It's very nice. I'm going to fill the space up well. We're going to make some awesome stuff here, I reckon. All right.